How to play Red Guardian in 6 minutes or less. Red Guardian is one of the newest science champs to enter MCOC. He comes with a very unique set of tools and is one of the most versatile characters to enter the contest in 2020. To start out with, he has below average health and crit damage, average crit rate, energy resistance, and block proficiency, but that doesn't matter, and above average attack and physical resistance. The two main functions of Red Guardian are his ability to place debuffs while not being able to receive buffs, and his ablative shield. Red Guardian starts the fight with 9 shield charges. These charges can go up to a max of 10 naturally, and once they are at the limit, the icon will turn green. For each ablative shield charge, Red Guardian has a 5% chance for perfect block, so at max charges, there is a 50% perfect block chance. At 9 charges, that drops to 45%, etc. Each time you are hit into the block, including parries, it will remove 1 shield charge. His signature ability will allow you to gain an extra charge up to 15 for a 5-star for every 40 levels, giving you a 75% chance at a perfect block. And the sig ability also increases chances by 10 to 100% for parries not to remove a shield charge. So at max sig, you can still parry your opponent and keep all the shield charges you have acquired. Add Omega Red to the team and he will take 50% less damage from incoming attacks if his shield is at max. Red Guardian acquires those shield charges by not gaining buffs. This new and niche mechanic allows Red Guardian to bypass any node where gaining buffs could be detrimental, such as Buffet, Icarus, Spite, Pilfer, etc., or annoying champs such as Dormammu, Mojo, Korg, Doctor Strange, etc. It also works well when facing players with Mystic Dispersion Mastery. By Red Guardian not being able to gain buffs, he can be the solution to a lot of annoying situations in the game. Now, in lieu of buffs, Red Guardian gains ablative shield charges up to the max his signature ability will allow. Using the Dex Mastery at the beginning of the fight is the easiest way to ramp up his charges, similar to Starkey's Poise charges. Also, while the shield is up, Red Guardian will block heavy and unblockable attacks, but that will fracture his shield. When his shield is fractured, it will stun the opponent for 2 seconds and place a trauma debuff on the opponent for 3 seconds, causing each hit to deal an additional 70% of every hit as burst damage. This can stack up to 3 for a 210% damage bonus. There are 3 ways to fracture the shield to get the stun and trauma debuff. The first is blocking a heavy or unblockable attack as mentioned earlier. The second is taking blocked hits into the shield until they reach 0. And lastly, using the special 2 will fracture it. Each time the shield is fractured, it goes on a cooldown for 8 seconds. The cooldown then is increased 300% each time you fracture it. After each cooldown, you will have 7 charges on the shield. Add Sabretooth to the team and you'll gain a passive Fury that will increase attack by 10% until the shield is repaired. Red Guardian specials provide damage and utility. His special 1 places a 12-second slow on the opponent, countering all evade and unstoppable for any class but skill. The slow debuff is placed as soon as you activate the special, ensuring that it cannot be evaded and will be placed even if you launch it into the block. While your opponent has the slow debuff on, your power rate will be increased by 25%. The special 2 will fracture the shield if it is intact. You will gain an attack rating from the special for having the shield intact and another one for each charge you have. So, launching this special with as many shield charges as possible will net you the most damage. Since this special fractures the shield, you will also stun the opponent for about 2 seconds and place the trauma debuff on them. Any debuffs that are on the opponent when you use the special 2 will last 100% longer, including extending the trauma debuff from 3 seconds to 6 seconds. His special 3 will set the charges to max that your sig ability allows and will negate the cooldown if it is already fractured. This special also stuns the opponent for about 3 seconds and places a 30-second vulnerability debuff on your opponent that increases your crit damage by X and decreases their block proficiency by 50%. Keeping the debuffs on your opponent is essential to his utility and damage. He has a quick and smooth 1-hit heavy that will refresh the slow, trauma, and vulnerability debuffs from his specials. Red Guardian gains an attack bonus for each unique debuff on the opponent, including stun and weakness from the mastery tree when the heavy attack is launched. Throw Black Widow Deadly Origin on the team and he will become unstoppable while charging the heavy. This has a 10-second cooldown. The best way to play Red Guardian is to rotate out the specials. I like to start the fight and build up my shield charges with the Dexterity Mastery. I always start with the special 1 to place the slow on an opponent even if they do not evade or go unstoppable for the 25% power gain rate. Then I will make sure to keep this debuff up with heavy attacks until I reach the special 3 and place the vulnerability debuff on. Both these debuffs are pretty easy to keep up with weaving in heavy attacks. Then I just focus on building up my shield charges and using the special 2 for max damage. As long as you keep the other debuffs up, then you can just use special 2 for the rest of the fight. For really long fights, you may have to use a special 3 to counter the 300% cooldown every time the shield is fractured. Make sure when you stun the opponent with the special 2 and special 3 that you are spamming heavies for the extra damage and buff refresh. For shorter fights, I just skip the special 3 and go special 1 and then special 2 for the duration of the match. Masteries I feel best for Red Guardian are, of course, Resonate for the extra weakness debuff, Dexterity, of course, Despair for extra utility by reducing healing from the debuffs, and Stupefy for longer stuns. But that is it. That is how to play Red Guardian in 6 minutes or less. Let me know in the comments below, how do you play Red Guardian? Do you prefer my way of special 1, special 3, or special 2? Who do you pair with Red Guardian? What synergies do you feel work best for him? Let me know in the comments below and let's discuss. As always, guys, thanks so much for watching. If you guys liked what you saw and you want to see more, please remember to like and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter and hit me up in the Discord chat. Thanks, guys. Bye.